video here we're going to be doing a Madolche deck profile. Only reason why I'm doing this is because on Saturday there's a sneak peek, and this is the deck I'm hopefully going to be using. I will be accounting for the rarities of certain cards in the set, so I will mention those as we get to them. So yeah, without further ado, we'll get into it. Starting off with 3 Madolche Magileine. This card is just really good for the deck. I always start off with this one, and it's not because it's the most expensive or anything like that. It's not because it's the Stratos, but because it's purple. Just kind of being honest. She's really good though. When you get a normal summon her, your hopeful hands is starting with her and like Pot of Duality and stuff, because you just really want to get to your cards. Next card in the deck we're running is 3 Madolche Hootcake. You don't want cards in your graveyard ever. Yes, even in this build, every single build I play, I don't like having anything in my graveyard, so I am actually not playing any hand traps in this build. Feel free to hate all you want. Tell me what you think of it. Yeah. This is obviously a proxy. I hate showing proxies, but this is hopefully going to be an Angelly. Just to show you what's on the back of it. If I do not get an Angelly, I'll just be playing another Messengelato. I'm hoping to get one. I'm not being ridiculous and thinking I'm going to get 3 day of at the tournament. And we're allowed to use the new packs in our sneak peek tournament, so I'm just, between the group of us that are going, I'm hoping to get one, so you know. We have 2 Madolche Mewfeuille because you don't need 3 when you're not running 3 Angel. You have them when you need it, and I think 2 is a good number. And the last 2 are running, we're running 2 Messengelato because Messengelato just, it searches out your spells in your trap because you really need to get to him. You'd rather have him search for them. You don't like drawing them, but you'd rather have him search them. And because it's me, I'm playing the 1 Puddincess. Tell me below if you want me to play the Ultra or the Ultimate. I did get an Ultimate. I've had an Ultra and an Ultimate forever. Way back a while ago, I made this trade with this one guy, and it was like this really long backstory, but I got this Ultimate Puddincess, and I pulled this Ultra on myself, so I've kind of been debating on which one to use, so tell me below what you want me to use, so yeah. That's total for the Madolche monsters. The only non-Madolche monsters I'm playing is Guardian Eatos. I don't know, I almost feel dirty saying that, because for the longest time I thought Eatos was bad. But the new edition of Angelly, the reason why Angelly is so good in this build, you don't ever want to have anything in your graveyard ever, unless you're going to directly banish it. And so Eatos is perfect in this build because you never have anything in your graveyard. And be able to just go boom, 25 on the field. They chain Warning, or they chain Bottomless, or they chain Torrential, or anything like that. You don't care. A lot of times you'll just sit there, sitting on top of the Eatos, because you do not want to waste anything or lose anything. The whole point is, he's a 2,500 attack point monster that when they get rid of it, it just becomes Hootcake fodder, so yeah. That rounds off the monsters. It's not a very high count, so we're gonna move on to the spells. We've got 2 Chateau and a Ticket. Sorry about that. You don't like multiple tickets, you don't like multiple Chateaus. Only reason why I'm running 2 Chateaus is, I mean, it's super searchable in this deck, but you need 2 because you need to be able to recycle the other one. And even if you do get the second one, you can activate one, replace it, and now you have a Madolche Queen target, and that's like a big issue you have. So there's that. Non-Madolche spells, I'm still running 3 Pot of Duality because I love getting to my necessary cards. It's just, you want to get to them as soon as possible. And I've actually gone Pot of Duality for Eatos. Just Eatos is such a good card. It's just, Pot of Duality gets you to what you want at that time. We're moving on. I'm playing 3 MST. Mystical Space Typhoon is just really good. You want to always have this card in your hand just because you need to get rid of problematic cards. Kaiser Coliseum really hurts because your deck is composed of just really weak monsters. The Eatos does help with Kaiser, but a lot of times if you're facing a deck like Boxer and stuff, if your opponent gets a Kaiser successfully off, you have a lot of issues. So, you know, I don't like facing Boxers. I face them a lot at school, so. We got 1 Book of Moon and 1 Dark of Hole. Wow. Book of Moon just helps you when you're fighting Skill Drain, and it helps fight your opponent's problematic cards. And Dark Hole just clears the field. I was actually thinking about cutting this and putting this inside for a little bit, but I just couldn't find anything else that I'd want to run main instead. I mean, maybe if I got 3 Angellies, I'd put this in the side. But I'm seriously doubting getting more than one at this regional, or this local, sorry. Last card I'm playing is the one double summon. Late game, double summon is just a really good card. Late game, you get double summon and Magileine, and you're golden because it's good. I'll pro set this card, and it'll sit down there for like 6 turns, and when I draw that Magileine late game, summon Magileine, search Hootcake, flip up double summon. This card makes Magileine the world's best top deck. That is all the spells. That means all the rest are traps, obviously. Starting off with the one Madolchepalooza. Madolchepalooza is a really good card. You activate this, you summon a million from your hand, which is good. That's the only Madolche trap. I did cut the Knights only because I was having some issues with them late game. Because if like I get Bottomless or Torrential, or no, if I get Torrential or Dark Hold, I do have a little bit of issues cleaning up the graveyard right away. So I did cut those since I was already having the risk with Eatos in those late game situations. We have 3 Fiendish Chain. I've actually been trying this for a little bit. Instead of that, that's also why I'm not playing the Veiler. It's just I hate having all this stuff in the graveyard. It clogs it up, and it just makes it so I have trouble running again. So I've been testing other cards. The Fiendish Chain's been working okay. I was thinking about putting the Full House, I believe it's called, in here because these guys end up dead because of Queen sometimes, just sitting there on the field. But I've been fine without it, and since these are the only viable targets, since I can't play Call of the Haunted, I mean, it's just been an iffy situation there. But, you know, I've been liking the Fiendish Chains a lot. We do have 2 Mirror Force. I've just recently been liking this in the deck. It's really nice because your opponent tries to attack and you punish them. Then you can just queen back their back row instead of having to deal with their monsters. As well as we've got 2 Threatening Roar, which if they don't have big back row, this card's good because you just activate this and then you just use Queen on their monsters. The main thing is the deck revolves around Queen, so you want to always have some sort of targets for you to be able to hit with it. So that's what's good about that. We have 1 Compulse, 1 Torrential, 1 Bottomless, and 1 Warning. Staple 4 is really good. You stop your opponent's plays. Compulse, you've actually, in this deck, this is the one deck that you'll use Compulse for yourself. Bottomless is just really good. It gets rid of your opponent's big cards that you just, like, main combo cards. Torrential punishes the overextension and it fills a card with your graveyard. Every single time I've ever activated Torrential, the field's either been clean on my side or I've only had a Magileine out, and it's really good there. And Warning is just pro. Yeah. Move on to the last card in the deck. We've got ourselves 1 Trap Stun. Trap Stun, I don't like running at more than 1 because it always ends up like screwing up your hands, and you always end up with like multiple, and when you draw your first hand and it's like 2 of these and like a messenger and a bunch of other crap, it really doesn't help you at all. So that's why we're only playing 1 Trap Stun. I do side the second one. I'll go on a side deck after extra though. Starting off the extra, we're running 2 Madolche Queen. You don't need 3. I tried it at 3 for a while and it was good. I just personally like 2. 1 Abyss Dweller because Abyss Dweller just wins games, and there might be a Constellar or something, or there might be a artifact there or something. You never know. 1 Direwolf because Direwolf's good. Cowboy because you win games. Blackship is a really nice card. He's good there for just getting around Shark Knights and stuff. He's good in that aspect. You know, we got speak of the devil, we have 1 Shark Knight. Shark Knight's a good card because what he does is he lets me get rid of the really big problem cards, and I hate facing Batman Boxers, so if I face them I can just take that card right away. I hate fighting Grunics, I can just take that. It's really nice. We have the 1 Invoker starting off the level 3s that we're kind of running. I would be kind of running 2. I got rid of my second one because I didn't really feel like I needed again, and once Angelly was actually out, it's just I don't know how many Angellies I'll be getting, so 1's okay. We have 2 Leviair kind of in preparation for the Angelly. We're really hoping to get 1 here. You know, we have 1 Alucard. Alucard fights the Geargia stuff, and it's just really good. Man, I've loved this card ever since it first came out. My first thoughts were, dude, I can use this in Madolches to fight the Bottomless, because Bottomless shuts you down. 1 Zenmaines. I love Zenmaines. I'm that guy who still knows this card's great. You special summon this defense, your opponent can't touch you. They can't shark it away. They can't extinction it. They extinction it, blow it up twice. Okay, end phase, I'll kill their card. So it's just Zenmaines is really good. Nobody sees it coming. A lot of people are cutting the Blackship, so it's just windups and mains is still very viable in my opinion. One Leviathan. I hate this card. I used to love it, but it does not work in this deck the way I was hoping it would. I'm probably going to replace this with the Ragna Zero if I get one tomorrow. It's just a rare in the set, and it'll help me fight just different decks, but I'm just not certain, like the Fire Fist, I'm just not certain if I'll actually get it because there's a lot of cards in that set that we want. Next, we've got ourselves one Utopia. Utopia is an okay card. If I had other cards, I mean, I might play those. It might become Crazy Box Day of. I'm still iffy on that. If I do use Crazy Box, it's just because I'm scared of skill drain. I mean, locals is really weird at my place. The last one, I'm actually playing one Divine Felgrand because I'll be playing 3 main deck Eatos, and there is a card in my side deck that I'll hopefully be getting there that will, you know, do some good stuff. I'll go into side deck without taking too much longer. 2DD Crow because I hate Fire Kings and stuff like that. I can use this on certain decks. I can chain it to other decks. It's got its uses. 2 Maximum Z when I'm facing Gear Karakuri or something that spams a lot. I just need to be able to stop or be able to do that. And because I'm running that, I am playing 1 Scarecrow just because you have to have something to draw into. You don't ever want to just side in Max C's because they will sit there and they will take the challenge because a lot of decks don't main deck stuff that can stop plays. And this Swift Scarecrow works with a Max C. Only other monsters I'm running inside is Flying Sea because I hate facing Madolches, and I have a feeling there's going to be a bunch of people there trying to get their hands on Angellys at this tournament. So in order to fight that off, I'm going to hopefully use these Flying Seas to win those games. We're moving on. We have 1 Chateau in case if I face Gravekeepers. New rules have been taken effect, so I've got to be able to fight them. And we've got 2 Twister. Once again, Gravekeepers, just all these cards. We need to stop those decks. It really hurts yourself. We're going on traps because there is Sylvan support coming out. I have the 2 Gozen match. This card could be really good because Sylvans are all different attributes and such. If I side this in, I will be siding out Eatos just because I don't want to have to try and deal with the fact that that's a wind and end up with it stuck on the field under a chain or something. At the same time as I think I'm actually going to take one out, which is another reason for the Felgrand. I think I'm going to take one out for an XYZ universe just because it's a really good card if your opponent focuses on using XYZs. And so using universe, I can take my opponent's XYZ and my own XYZ or 2 of theirs to make my Felgrand. So that is the second possibility to summon that. Next we've got 2 Lightmere, Constellar, Artifact, Boojins are all decks. Even Noble Knight's a little bit. It's just you need this card. I think it's right now, as at this point in the game, standard and all. I mean, you just gotta have it. And the last card is 1 Trap Stun. People might feel obliged to start playing Chain beat because that one guy did, or Chain Burn, sorry. So I'm just kind of a little scared of that. I'm not certain that I'll face it, and it's good to always have some options. So you know, this is just the build I'll be playing. Once again, as I said, I do have that 1 proxy in there. I'm really hoping to get 1. If I get 2, it'll be great. If I get 2, I'll probably end up taking out something just silly. Yeah, I really like this deck. It's probably my favorite deck to play. If you think that there's anything I should change, tell me below. I will be using almost this exact build this Saturday. There might be a few card changes, especially based on what you tell me. I'm probably going to keep with the Eatos. I've been testing a lot online, and it's just been really proving true and good. And opening with the Eatos is just a perfect thing. So the deck's been working for me really good. I'll put in the description below, I'll put the entire list. I'll try and get a way for you guys to be able to just download it for DevPro or something. I've been trying to figure that out. Also, I'm working on getting a Facebook up and running that everyone can use to post their ideas and stuff like that on. So tell me below what you want, what kind of things you want. Tell me what you think of this. It's just, yeah, thanks for watching.
I'm waking up to